Good morning students. In this video we are going to learn fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Before going to know about fundamental theorem of arithmetic, we have to learn some basics. You know very well prime numbers and composite numbers. Prime numbers means it has only two factors. It can be divided by 1 and the number itself. You know that 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These are prime numbers because this number can be divided by 1 and the number itself. So only two factors. The factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Okay, that's why we define the term prime number. It can be divisible by 1 and the number itself. This is the number. Okay, the second concept, composite number. It has more than two factors. More than two factors. If you take 4, see, this 4 can be written as 2. Actually, this 4 can be divisible by 2, 1 and 4. The number 4 divisible by 1, 2 and 4. So how many divisors or how many factors? There are 3 factors. There are 3 factors. So that we say composite number has more than 2 factors. So more than 2 factors. Prime number has only 2. Only 2 factors. I hope you understand. You know the difference between only 2 and more than 2? Only 2 means only 2 factors. Number 1 and number itself. More than 2 means here 1 and the number itself. One more factor, that is 2. So there are 3 factors. That's why we say this is composite number. 4, 6 like this. One and only even prime number. One and only even prime number is 2. The number 2 is even number as well as prime number. So it is one more question. Even prime number is 2. Now come to the topic. Theorem number 4. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic without proof. What is the theorem? Every natural number except 1. Every natural number except 1 can be factorized as a product of primes. Can be factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique. Factorization is unique except for the order in which the prime factors are written. Okay. So if you have taken the number 16, okay, this is one of the natural number. Now I am going to find the factors of the number 16. It can be divisible by 2. Prime factors, okay. So first divided by 2. How many times? 8 times. Again 2, 4 times. Again 2, 2 times. Again 2, 1 time. So this 16 can be expressed as in the form of 2 power 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 2's. So the number 16 can be written as in the form of 2 power 4. Okay. You know 16 is the composite number. it can be expressed as in the form of product of prime numbers, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 4 times. Okay, so this is the only way to express this composite number. This is the only way to express this composite number in the product form. This is called the unique way. Unique. Okay, so here the theorem is every natural number except 1 can be factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique. Okay, except for the order in which the prime factor are written. The fundamental theorem asserts that every composite number can be decomposed as a product of prime numbers. I have given example, that is 16. Okay, 16 is the composite number. It can be expressed as in the form of product of prime numbers, and that the decomposition is unique. Decomposition is unique in the sense that there is one and only way to express the decomposition as product of primes. Okay, so that's why I have given that example. So in general, we conclude that given a composite number capital letter N, we decompose it uniquely in the form of N. Okay, so P1 power Q1 into P2 power Q2 and P3 power Q3 into and so on. Product, we have to write in the form of product. Here this P1, P2, P3 and so on, Pn are prime numbers, different prime numbers, and this Q1, Q2, Q3 are natural numbers. How many times that number exit like that? We can take one more example. If I take number 65, okay, so I am going to find the prime factors of the number 65. 5 table, one time. Actually remaining, what do we have? 1 3 times. 13, this is the prime number, you know. So this 65 can be written as 5 into 13. If you take, this is P1, the 5 is P1, this 13 is P2. If 5 exists 2 times means we can write P square. 13 exists 3 times means P2 cube, like that. Okay, so this P1 and P2 are the prime numbers, and this 2 and 3, actually Q1 and Q2 are the natural numbers. Is 1 a prime number? It is very important case. 1 is neither prime nor composite number. 1 is neither prime nor composite number. This is also one more question. So here the theorem every composite number can be written uniquely as the product of power of primes is called the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So the 2 mark question, define or state fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Every composite number can be written uniquely as the product of power of primes is called the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Progress check. Every natural number except 1 can be expressed as a product of prime. This is first progress check. Okay, every natural number except 1 can be expressed as product of the prime numbers. Second one, in how many ways a composite number can be written as product of power of primes? There is only one way. Okay. Third one, the number of divisors of any prime number is dash. I told you clearly, the number of divisors of any prime number is 2, because prime number has only 2 factors. If the number is factor of any one integer, means it should be the divisor. It should be the divisor. If you take 6, you know the factors, prime factors of 6 are 2 and 3. 2 and 3. The number 2 can divide the number 6. The number 2 can divide the number 6. Completely divide, you know, it leaves a remainder 0. So we can say 2 is the divisor. And next 3 can divide. It leaves a remainder 0. So the 2 and 3 are factor, I told you. So it is also known as the divisor. Okay. But one more thing, 1 is the divisor for all the numbers. 1 is divisor for all the numbers. If they ask to find a divisor, means you have to write 1 is also. If they ask to find prime numbers, prime factors, means you have to write 2 and 3 only. You should not write 1, because 1 is neither prime nor composite. Exercise number 2.2, question number 1. The question is, for what values of natural number n, 4 power n can end with the digit 6. End with the digit 6 means, if you take a number 16, okay, if you take the number 16, here the number 16 end with the 6, you know that this 6 is unit place and this 10, this 1 is 10th place. So they ask to find 4 power n can end with the digit 6. 4 power n oda values வந்து n values end with the number. Exercise number 2.2, question number 1. For what values of natural number n, 4 power n can end with the digit 6. Okay, so now we are going to find the value of n. If you take the number 16, here the number 16 end with the digit 6, the 6 is unit place and this 1 is 10 place. Like that we are going to say 4 power n. If you replace n equal to 1, what do we get? If you replace n equal to 1, n equal to 1, so 4 power 1, which is equal to 4. It does not it doesn't end with the 6. Okay, if you replace n is equal to 2, so 4 power 2, which is equal to 16, ends with the 6, ends with the digit 6. I hope you understand this. If n equal to 3, 4 cube, that is equal to 64. 4 cube value 64. It does not end with the digit 6. N equal to 4, 4 power 4, which is equal to 256, ends with the digit 6, ends with the digit 6. So from the above 4 cases we conclude, if n takes even number of terms, 4 power n can end with the digit 6. If n takes even number of terms, listen, n equal to 2 means it end with the 6. N equal to 4 means it end with the 6. If you assume n equal to 6, n equal to 8, definitely it should be end with the 6. Understand? So n takes even numbers. Okay. So here how shall we prove this? By using the fundamental theorem of arithmetic concept. Means first we have to write this 4 power n Prime factor form 2 into 2 whole power n. 2 into 2 whole power n. So it can be written as 2 square whole power n. 2 square whole power n. So 2 power 2n. 2 power 2n. You know that this power 2n, this is even number general form. This is even number general form. I hope you understand this. So this 4 power n can end with the digit 6 means n value must be. The question is for what values of n? N is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Okay. So this is even number. This is even number. So we have to write the answer by the given question. For what values of natural number n? So even values of n. Even values of n. Even values of n. 4 power n can end with the digit 6. Question number 2. If m and n are natural number. If m and n are natural number, for what values of m does 2 power n into 5 power m, 5 power m ends in 5, ends in 5. This is the question. 2 power n. Okay, if you replace any value of n, it will be the even number. Always. Even number always. This 5 power m. If you replace m equal to 1, 5. M equal to 2. What should we get? 5 square, 25. And 5 cube, 120. 5 cube on the 5 into 5, 25, 25 into 5, 125. So that is odd number always. So 5 power m always odd number always. But this 2 power n into 5 power m, 2 power n into 5 power m, okay, is always even. Always even. How? You can take n equal to 1, m equal to 1. 1, what do we get? 10. 10 is even number. 2 square, here 5 square. 2 square value 4. 5 square value 25. 4 into 25, 100. Even number. And cube, 2 cube into 5 cube. 2 cube value 8. And 5 cube value 125. 5 cube value 125. So 125 into 8. 8 5s are 40, remaining 4. 8 2s are 16, 20, remaining 2. 8 1s are 8, 10. What do we get? 1000. This is also even number. And one more important, these are ends with so 2 power n into 5 power m is always even, as well as ends with the digit 0. Ends with the digit 0. Okay. So for what values of m, for what values of m does 2 power n into 5 power m, the question is for what values of m does 2 power n into 5 power m ends in 5. So 2 power n into 5 power m cannot be ends in 5, cannot be ends in 5. 2 power n into 5 power m cannot be ends in 5. So no value for m, no value for m. The question is for what value of m, okay? So no value of m, no value of m, okay? 2 power n, 5 power n ends in 5. 2 power n into 5 power m ends in 5. I hope you understand this concept. Exercise number 2.2, question number 3. Find the HCF of 252525 and 363636. Now we are going to find the HCF of these two numbers. We can use the Euclid division lemma. Question number 3. Question number 3. Find the HCF of 252525 and 363636. You know, this is the biggest number. If you take this as A, this as B, means B which is greater than A. So now I am going to take this as the dividend. 363636, 252525. Okay, I am going to divide this. Actually this is 3,63,636. This is 2,52,525. How many numbers, how many values are here means only one time. So you multiply this means 252525. It leaves a remainder 6 minus 5 1, 3 minus 2 1, 6 minus 5 1, 3 minus 2 1, 6 minus 5 1 1. So 1,11,111, which is not equal to 0. Okay, using Euclid division lemma, it can be written as 363636 is equal to divisor 252525 into 1 plus the remainder is 1,11,111. Okay, so next it does not leave the remainder 0. Therefore, I am going to take this as the dividend. 2,52,525. This will be the divisor 1,11,111. Okay. So how many times? 2 times. How many times means 2 times. So what do we get? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 5 minus 2, 3, 0. 5 minus 2, 3, 0. 5 minus 2, 3. It becomes 0. It is also does not leave the remainder 0. Subtract this. So it does not leave the remainder 0. Therefore, it can be written as this 252525 can be written as divisor 1,11,111 into 2 plus the remainder is 30,303. Okay, next step, going to take this remainder as the divisor 30,303. Okay, and this divisor will be the dividend 1,11,111. Okay, so 1 lakh here 30,000. How many? It may 3 times. I'm sorry, actually we should write here this value here divisor, this is dividend 3 times means 3 3s are 9. 3 into 3, 9. 3 into 0, 0. 3 3s are 9. And 3 into 3, 3 into 0, 0. And 3 3s are 9. Subtract this. 11 minus 9, 2. Okay, here 0. Here, what do we have actually? 11 minus 0, 2. 11 minus 9, 2. Here, 0. The next one, 11 minus 9, 2. It does not leave the remainder 0. So this can be written as 1,11,111 can be written as 30,303 into 3 plus 20202. 20202. So now this remainder will be the divisor 20202, and this divisor becomes divided 30303. This is 20,000, this is 30,000. So only one time. Okay. So 20202. 1. 3 minus 2, 1. 0. 3 minus 2, 1. 0. 1. So this can be written as into 1 plus 10101. Okay. Now this 10101 is the divisor, and this divisor becomes dividend, that is 20202. 20,000, this is 10,000. So 2 times. 2 times means 20202. So when you subtract this, we get the remainder 0. So we stop the division algorithm because here we got the remainder 0. Okay, therefore it is the HCF. So HCF of 252525 and 363636 is 10101. Already I told you this is quotient. We should not write this as the HCF. HCF or GCD, greatest common divisor. So divisor is 10101. So this will be the answer. Question number 4. If 13824 can be written as 2 power A into 3 power B. This number 13,824 can be written as in the form of 2 power a natural number, anything, and 3 power B, anything, natural number. It should be natural number. Okay. Find A and B value. Now we are going to find the value of A and B. So how can we find? You know very well this 2 and 3 are the prime factors. So prime factor of this number is 2 and 3, you know. But how many times that number 2 occurs, that number 3 occurs? Now we are going to find the prime factorization of this number 13824. It will be divisible by 2. So 2 table means here 6 times, 12, remaining 1, 18 means 9 times. Here 1 time, here 2 time. Again it will be divisible by 2 table. So 3 time, here 4 time, it leaves the remainder 1, 11 means 5 times, and 1 means 6 times. Again 2 table. So 1 time, it leaves the remainder 1, 14 means 7 times, and here 2 times 4, remaining 1, 8. again 2 table. 17 is there, so 8 times 16, remaining 1 12, 6 time, here 4 time, again 2 table, 4 time 8, 4 time 8, 3 time 6 and 2 time 4, again 2 table, 2 time, here 1 time 6 time, again 2 table, 1 time 0 time, 1 which is less than the number, therefore we substitute 0. After that consider as 16, 8 times, again 2 table, 5 times 4 times, again 2 table, 2 time 4 7 time. It does not divisible by 2, it ends with the odd number term, but it can be divisible by 3, so 3 table means 9 times, again 3, again 3. Listen carefully. 2 how many times? 3, 3 6 9, and 3 occurs 3 times. Listen, 3 times, 3 times, 3 times, totally 9 times, here 3 times. So this 13824 can be written as 2 power 9 into 3 power 3. 2 power 9 into 3 power 3. Comparing this and this. Okay. Here 2 power 9, 3 power 3. Here 2 power A, here 3 power B. Left hand side are same. So right hand side must be same, you know. So according to that division, what is that exponents, laws of exponents, we can say that A value is 9, A value is 9 and B value is 3. Okay, A value 9, B value 3, because left hand sides are equal, so right hand side must be equal. So 2 power 9, 3 power 3. So here 2 power A, so A value 9. Here 3 power B, B value 3. Question number 5. If P1 power x1 into P2 power x2 into P3 power x3 into P4 power x4 is equal to 1,13,400. 1,13,400. Where P1, P2, P3, P4 are primes in ascending order. It is very important. Primes in ascending order. If we have 2, 3, 5 like that, means we should write 2 first, after that 3, after that 4. Okay, after that 5, because ascending order. And x1, x2, x3, x4 are integers. Okay, find the value of P1, P2, P3, P4 and x1, x2, x3, x4. It is very easy. So first I am going to find prime factors of the number 1,13,400. 1,13,400. Definitely it will be divisible by 5 table because ends with 0. So 5 table, how many times? We consider 11. So 10 means 2 times. It leaves the remainder 1. 13 again 2 times. So remaining 3 will be there. 34 means 6 times. 6 5s are 30. Remaining 4, 40, 8 times and 1 more 0. Again 5 table. Okay. 22 means 4 times. 22 means 4 times 20. Leaves the remainder 2. 26 5 times. Remaining 1, 18 3 times. Remaining 3, 30 6 times. It cannot be divisible by 5, you know. So it may divisible by 2 table because it ends with the even number. So 2 means here 2 times, here 2 times, leaves the remainder 1. 13 means 6 times, remaining 1 means 8 times. Again 2 table, 11 times 22, 3 times 6, 4 times, again 2, 5 times 10, remaining 1. 13 means 6 times 12, remaining 1 7. You know very well, it will not be divisible by 2 table. So we may take 3. We may take 3. So 1 time. Okay. Remaining 2. 26 means 8 times. 20. 8 3s are 24. Remaining 2. 9 times. 27 means 9 3s are 27. Again 3 table. 6 times. 3 times. Again 3 table. 2 times. 1 time. Again 3 table. 7 times. 7 is a prime number. 7 is a prime number. So they asked to write the prime factor in an ascending order. So ascending order means we start the numbers from smallest number to highest number. So smallest factor is actually 1,13,400, which is equal to 2. 2 is one of the factor, followed by 3 is another one factor, 5 and 7. We have to write like this. These are the prime factors. But how many times 2 occurs? 3 times. 2 power 3. 2 power 3. And next 3, 4 times. 3 power 4. And 5, 2 times. And 7, 1 times. 7, 1 times. Okay. Now, compare the given. The given is P1 power x1 power x1 into P2 power x2 into P3 power x3 into P4 power x4. This is given order. This is given order. P1 is the first prime factor, that is 2. Its power is 3. x1 equal to 3. Therefore, P1 equal to 2. x1 is equal to 3. I hope you understand. P1 x1, so 2 power 3. P2, that is a second prime factor. P2 is 3. Its power x2 is equal to 4 times. Next P3, that is 5. Its power x power 3, which is equal to 2 times. And P4, which is equal to 7. So x power 4 is equal to 1. This is the required answer.